Hey guys, Tyrope here bringing you a 2v2 today. We are on Moscow Outskirts. Playing today spawning in the north we have DarkRegion playing as Soviets, who has combined arms, defensive and guard motor. Teaming up with him is Guard2707 playing as the British forces, who has commandos, mobile assault and Royal Engineers. On the other side we have ed80hertz playing as Ostheer, who has German mechanized, joint operations and storm, and TeddyMcFluff as OKW, immediately going for elite armored. Okay, so Ed with a triple pioneer start here into the machine gun next. In terms of rankings, Axis just outside the top 200, but a random team, they are firmly within the top 200. And Allies top 100. Okay, so jumping into the building next to the conscripts, more pies closing the gap, but there is a bit of negative cover through the center, so they do take a lot of damage as they approach. This is all negative cover through there for Ed. Pios, they're decent at that range. Slow-paced engagement. Kubwagen joining in now in the center. Those do end up retreating. MG setting up over here as well. And first burst suppression. Got a good fortune there for Ed. Kubwa gonna go do some back capping, it looks like. I thought it might come to assist against the building. You know, two sections into a machine gun for Guard2707. Some stern posts waiting around the corner here, looking to spring an ambush on the fuel point. Doesn't look like that's working, but might end up paying off. No, it looks like he's jumped out at a bad time. Right as the machine gun is nearby, could easily set up to suppress. Actually, it is here, outnumbering the section. Bad angle to set up the machine gun. Repositions now. Stempo's going to try to get around the corner here. Just could be a close call. Oh, not quite. Oh, and the section dies too. That is bad news for Guard2707. Oh, but this is nasty. Damage down the road, right on the edge of the arc that entire time. Ends up taking big damage on the sternpo. Fast tick into the officer for Guard2707. Now doing some capping. Sandbags up, but those are Brit sandbags. No sandbags for Teddy on the cutoff. Now this engagement is still going. That fight's been going for about 2 minutes now. So the pies are finally starting to fade away. Oh. Good spray of damage from the other side. Got a 4 conscript start from DarkRegion. Don't see that from him too often. Doesn't have any of like the conscript synergy commanders. No PPSHs, no SVTs. Coming in here with the 221, getting a bit of work done. You have to be careful, those SMGs can do some pretty big damage. But it looks like he wants to fight units out in the open, not a unit inside the building, which is understandable. You can see winding up for a grenade there, hoping to catch the 221 as it rounded the corner. See the sheer amount of damage the officer's doing there. Ooh, and the officer ends up winning that. I think the reloads and cooldowns really lined up well for the officer in that fight. With the support of the 221, ended up winning. Guys pushing back onto the fuel here, and looks like one of them triggered a mine, but still a 2-on-1 enough to win the fight, and 222 coming across now for Ed as well. For a second machine gun. Looking for the wipe actually, chasing this right the way. There's a lot of negative cover on that retreat path, and that helps the 222 secure the wipe. Pretty punishing map, you know, this Moscow Outskirts. A lot more negative cover and on those retreat paths than on a lot of other maps these days. Incendiary grenade out there, switches to the other building. The Vicar's got to set up from this angle as well. Mechanized down for Teddy. Interesting choice. Meanwhile, I've got Bolster from Guard2707. Also picked up a late 3rd infantry section, which is... Well, and built a 4th one, I suppose, right? Considering one got wiped. It's kind of unusual to go for the officer that early with that fast tech. He's been using a lot of the heroic charge so far. Conscripts do have anti-tank grenades. Oh, Teddy wasn't paying attention, and that's going to be a kill because of that. 222's coming in, but not in time, and Ed's going to have to watch himself. A lot of conscripts here. Could take the 18 nades himself. Tier 3 coming up for DarkRegion. 223 getting in the mix now, flanking the machine gun. No response to this. Looks like it's going to be the AEC. But starting construction on that quite late, given that he went for bolster first. And that means more time for this 223 to get damage done. Quite a long build time on the AEC. Its tech path is quite short, so its build time is relatively long. Ooh, if he pulled the trigger on the Ura, that would have been the snare there. It looks like it's going to be a quad for DarkRegion. To side tick into those anti-tank grenades, so it's ultimately slowed down his T70 timings. Decides not to wait any longer. Pull the trigger on the quad instead, which can scale pretty well into the late game, often these team games with all the airstrikes. At the moment looking pretty good for the Axis. Good control on the edges. Oh, a couple telemines down for Ed as well. Of course, you know, with triple Pios, many more opportunities to plant those telemines, as well as don't have to spend anything on LMG upgrades since you don't have any grenadiers. Jump in here, looking to toss a Molotov. Dodges out to the side, but still just on the edge of that. Those grenadiers have to get out. Oh, there we go, ends up hitting that teller. What goes down? The fuel point remains unsecured. Pyrotechnic spotting from long range, allowing the machine gun to start blasting. AC revealed itself. Doesn't look like it. I don't know if Teddy saw that with the armored vehicle detection. And he's getting more work done with this 222. The looks coming in now as well. Very late looks for Teddy. And it does okay against the AEC, but still an unfavourable matchup. Is this built now for DarkRegion? Kind of in a situation as well for DarkRegion here. I think he might have to go for a T70 just to fight back against the light vehicles. Instead, he's going to go for the mortar. This is, you know, I feel like this is a tough map to just hold all of this area with one anti-tank gun. There's all these like shot blockers and pathing blockers. Quite a large area. So, compared to a lot of other 2v2 maps, this one is not very good for single AT gun holds.
Enemy forces are
And a T70 would just go so well at the moment up against a Lux and the 222. It does have a pack, but similar story. T70 can avoid the anti-tank guns. But looking really good for the Axis right now. Starting to turn up the VP pressure. Got the triple cap about to complete. Bunch of S mines on the VP. Not a bad idea for Ed. He's going to get a couple patches down. Or getting interrupted by the conscripts arriving. Mortar forces this MG out of the building, and now it's at risk of getting decrewed. Ed comes in with the push. So that exposes himself to the anti-tank gun. Takes an AT grenade. If DarkRegion was a little bit faster, well, it doesn't need to be. The AEC comes in, clears that out. Fire flame is dropping fast there. If Ed jumps back behind the cover. Raketin coming across looking for the AEC. Base house is coming in somewhere. Into the center, it looks like. Panzergrenadier is inside the building doing well here. Raketin a little bit too far back out of range currently. The conscripts dying very quickly. P-Greens jump out of the building. Throw a grenade, they retreat into it, only for minor damage. And here comes the Lux and the 223. The conscripts are dying very quickly. They turned around for an anti-tank grenade. They would kill the 223, and they're probably going to kill the Lux. Ooh, I don't know about that. Seemed like a bit of misguided aggression from Teddy. Pushing up with the Raketin now. It might be a little bit too late. Oh, here comes the Puma. I think they would survive one shot. I'm not 100% on that though. Need to do some addition, which I can't be bothered with. Okay, there it does indeed survive. Wins the race. Smoke out now from the Puma. The attack rounds. Oh, does find it. Had to get around that tree, I think, which interrupted the pathing. If he could have just driven like straight through there, would have got away from that. But the extra delay from that tree resulted in the Puma death. And Teddy actually going to go for a rebuild on the Lux. Interesting choice. It's going to be quite a late option. And Ed's going to go for a flak panzer, so it looks like the Axis is going to try stay aggressive during this phase. Not that the allies off the hook. DarkRegion, Guard2707 with a huge amount of manpower floating does have a pretty good army at this stage. Maybe considering a mortar pit soon. Goes for an anti-tank gun. Good idea. Needs to invest into the next stage of tech as well. But still quite far away from a medium tank, so I suppose there's no huge rush.
Anti-tank gun and crew now ready for action.
It's getting the sandbags up. Combat engineers sneaking their way down into that corner. What ends up destroying the cover of the Panzergrenadiers. Pretty fast vet on them though.
Enemy forces are attempting to capture our territory.
Here comes the flak panzer, bit of smoke out. One AT grenade's going to connect. The pack exposed here for Ed. The machine gun not covering that angle. Flak panzer's going to come back to try and defend it, and the Lux is there as well actually. The truck blocking every single flak panzer hit there. This machine gun also getting flanked now. The Lux still working. And out on the road, the conscripts dying very quickly. They're just staying in position. Flak panzer coming in. Let's retreat now to the Molotov. Teddy making some moves on this side, looking for the ally cutoff. They don't even have the fuel secured. DarkRegion got a T-34 in the build, though, so able to squeeze that one out. So the reign of the Flak Panzer wasn't too long.
The sector is at risk.
Just to back away from the Zis as well. It has picked up an officer relatively recently.
Enemy unit destroyed.
Killed off the combat engineers. Late retreat there from DarkRegion.
We are losing a sector.
But a little bit too low in health to really get anything going. Is that crewed by conscript models as well? Did they get decrewed at some stage? So they are quite strong fighting back.
We have secured.
Maybe they got merged in. Trying to sweep up the mines here. And that's the T-34 though, so full retreat for Ed. There's enough
We now have access to Pack 43
for another anti-tank gun, or maybe he's going to try to sneak out a Pack 43. Oftentimes not the best against Brits though, since they have that base howitzer fire to help counter. But we'll see. See if Ed tries to pull the trigger on that. Doesn't have any Pack build time bulletins either. Comes the T-34 chasing down the Flak Panzer. No snares for Ed, of course, having gone for no greedy strategy. And now the Pack's under pressure. The conscript's coming in. The Pack gets decrewed. Needs to maybe drop smoke with the officer here. He goes for it. I'll try to jump back on the gun, but again the negative cover is just too punishing. Looks like he's going to give up on that. And while there has been some action on the far side, it looks like Guard2707 getting well contained by Teddy. Not really able to make much progress on this side. Definitely hampered by his huge amount of manpower float. Needs one more squad of something, or maybe a mortar pit. Back here is like a pretty common position for one on this map.
The company command post is finished.
Oh, this is greedy stuff here from both players. But it works out for Ed. He just decrews the Pack. And didn't rebuild another Pack after losing that Pack. Maybe hoping he could regather this one. It's going to be hotly contested though. Conscripts jump on it, but dying very quickly. Oh, Raketten coming in from this side. Double Rakettens, in fact. And the T-34 ends up going down. Teddy saving the day there for Ed. The mortar dead for DarkRegion. He just falls apart. Good teamwork here from the Axis. Big losses for DarkRegion. Did manage to steal away that MG42 though. Let's one-shot him with the Zis. Officer popping Inspire, is it? Inspiring Aura. Actually gives a reload bonus, I believe, to vehicles. That's what you could see on the Flak Panzer just before. Okay, Cromwell coming in now for Guard2707. Still has around 1,000 manpower float. Gonna salvage the mortar. Interesting. DarkRegion also still with a lot of float. He's very close to another T-34.
Our territory is falling into enemy hands.
Might be considering a Katyusha though. Oh, it's going to be a snare, but the AT gun under pressure still from the infantry. Looks like it's going to get decrewed. This is Cunaway. You should have considered another anti-tank gun. The Cromwell's about to pop out. I think this squad inside the trench is the staying power. Hold on until then. Panzer 4 now for Ed, but takes a couple shots. He's actually building a howitzer now. Top screen is getting too low, have to retreat. Oh, one of them goes down. The Bren's working very well. Looks trying to get out to the side, but the Cromwell going to be able to chase that down. Walking Stuka next for Teddy. Looks abandoned. That's bad news. Maybe Guard2707 could gather that. Probably needs another engineer for repairs if he wants to attempt it though. Does have vehicle crew repairs, but no munitions currently. And that's a lot of firepower. MG getting decrewed too quickly to retreat. Recon plane up for Ed. He's getting stuck in with this flak panzer. Conscripts have already thrown their anti-tank grenade though, too early. So flak panzer no engine crit's going to be able to drive away from this one. DarkRegion missing so many opportunities. This could have been the Ura anti-tank grenades, and maybe the T-34 could have chased him for the kill after that. DarkRegion just getting overwhelmed. Walking Stuka here prevents the recrew of the steel on the machine gun. Now it's coming down now. Doesn't look like it's going to hit too much though. Maybe this retreating conscript.
Enemy forces are securing our territory.
Not quite lining up. Officer working well there. So Teddy just going for like an all-in mechanized style. Not ticking to anything else. 3 light vehicles into... I suppose this is also a light vehicle, but... Nobody uses the machine gun on it, right? Don't use it in direct combat. Now going for the next truck. Is it going to be battle group or is it going to be the Schwerpanzer headquarters? That's the big question. There's enough fuel for a Schwer. Not much after that though. Recon plane up for Eddie. Went for joint tops by the way. I just cast a game with joint tops the other day. I was saying that it's been a long time since I've seen joint tops. There it is again. Howie coming down now. MG in the firing line. Command vehicle AEC.
Quite dead.
Machine gun does end up getting decrewed by the Howie. Stuka out the back onto DarkRegion. Wipes the mortar. Great hit there, and it's going for a second howitzer now. This one actually completely destroyed the Vickers. DarkRegion jumping back on the mortar. The announcer, 300 points left for the Allies. And it looks like Ed's making a beeline, trying to apply further VP pressure. Oh, and here we go, DarkRegion recon plane into bombing strike. It's going to take care of one of these Howies. Oof, I thought the Panzer 4 was going to get caught there as well. Good dodge from Teddy though, just in case it was targeting the walking Stuka. Recon plane shot down relatively quickly by the flak panzer, but only needs a split second of vision to drop the artillery down. Oh, but the T-34 catches the pyro on the edge. And it goes down. Clears off the S-mines as well with the T-34. Officer getting in here. Smoke out the machine gun, but already suppressed. The Ostheer recon plane though provides some great vision to these Raketans. Rattling off a few shots. And Howie's coming down now, forcing back that machine gun. Or just one of them. course. The other one died. Rebuild on the Pio for Ed. Smoke out from the engineers, jamming the capture here. Stalling out. Allowing a vehicle rotation. The kitchen's still in the center, so that is actually a pretty good move. Big damage though. Panzer IV wants to finish the job. We got a tank. Oh! See you later. Oh my god. And really bad pathing from the T-34. It's doing donuts. If he just backed straight up here, he was home free. And DarkRegion just gets smashed. Right as the allies were starting to get some more momentum going. DarkRegion taking big losses. Finally got a mortar pit down from Guard2707, but he still has 1,000 manpower floating. It's like he's doing some kind of challenge. Can I win this game if I have 1,000 manpower float the entire match? And there we go. Ed's trying to recover his machine gun, I think. No, that was his only machine gun, actually. The stolen one. Pushed up. Lost it. Try and bait the flak panzer there for the walking Stuka. Decent connection, but didn't quite get the decro on it. Now stolen by DarkRegion, who still hasn't got his conscripts upgrade to 7-man yet. Struggling on the munitions after going for those bombing strikes. Through ZSC there, connects once. Now he well positioned here for Ed. Oh, Ed loses his pack on the other side of the map though. And it's going to take a gammon bomb. Cleared off. Teddy trying to go for some more capping, trying to keep that VP pressure high, but could maybe get wiped on retreat now. Late activating the retreat. And with the AEC aura on that command vehicle, just no chance of getting home with the retreat that late. How he's not hitting too much here. That was the AEC's recon plane. Very quickly shot down though. Oh, the walking Stukas on the front lines. But the AEC's rate of fire is so slow with the command vehicle. But he didn't back away any further. So he does end up being able to finish the job. The double Raketans kill the Cromwell, and the Raketans missed the kill shot on the AEC in return. If Teddy just kept backing away there, would have got away with it. Unfortunate.
Enemy causing trouble, trying to take one of
Officer calling in the heavy mortar strike, I believe, or maybe it's just the heavy mortar strike. Oops. Here come the tanks now for Ed. They're rolling up. Panzer IV and Flak Panzer. Flak Panzer focusing on the ZIS, but the Brit AT gun's coming up. Flak Panzer making short work of that machine gun, clumped up on cover there. This looks likely to get decrewed. The T-34 working well. Oh, survives. Very quick travel down that road. The mortar pit does end up dying. Good thing the Guard2707 still has 1,000 manpower, building a second anti-tank gun.
The AT gun you ordered
Could
is
probably
ready.
do with a second engineer. I think he's trying to save for the AVRE, which is still a little bit of fuel away. Slow fuel income with the cutoff. Now looking to harass the fuel as well as Teddy. Another Panzer IV for Ed. Double obers for Teddy after finally getting that Schwerpanzer headquarters down. right at the back of his base as well. He's not risking that one getting bombed out. Do remember that AEC very slow rate of fire thanks to the command vehicle. Just worry about a grenade into retreat path now. Maybe even just getting killed by the rifle fire. Oh, yeah, I feel like that AEC aura is just adding up to enough damage to result in a couple wipes where otherwise maybe the squad would have got away. Second Zis now for DarkRegion. He's going for the base howitzers, and it looks like he got a couple kills back there as well. To 26 kills now on the howitzer. Empires find the Maxim. Oh no, it's MG42 actually. Just get the D crew close to max range. Double Raketens rolling up on the T-34. Oh, and this one's Vet 2 as well. I think that's going to be death. That Vet 2 rate of fire bonus making the difference. DarkRegion paying the price for, running around with a low health T-34. Okay, it's a Comet actually from Guard2707, not the AVRE. DarkRegion getting pounced on. This. Where's the second one? It's coming in, but from the far side. Vet 3 gone. It gets the kill shot as well, doesn't miss. And chooses a good angle to back away. Doesn't take a snare. Nice and safe. Now even this is exposed to Teddy's obers. Howitzer into the base again. Looks like it. Here comes the Comet now though, and that will teach Ed's medium tanks a lesson. Complain up for DarkRegion. Comet, but you don't want to be running into two vetted anti-tank guns like that. Oh, and the conscript squad goes down to the Howie fire out the back. This is one of those situations where base howitzers do make a lot of sense. Base howitzer barrages. There's a forward coming in on the flank here. He's getting something going. The T-34 takes a main gun crit. He's too close to go for a ram even, I think. The AT guns there, gets a couple shots in, but not enough. This sits down, but it's too slow. If he just set up a second earlier, could have killed the Panzer IV there potentially. Still would have had to land and penetrate, but pretty good chance of that happening. Flak Panzer swarming in, looking for the decron. There's this aggressive play here from Ed. The Comet's not coming to assist. Why not? Horrible teamwork here from the Allies. DarkRegion just getting slaughtered. While the Comet, I think, trying to go for the Sturm Tiger. Which has fired, I think. Doesn't look like it hit anything though. Far side. The double Raketens in the center at the moment. Ooh. This helps us catching them on retreat there. DarkRegion's getting obliterated. It's got an SU-85 out now, but doesn't have the pace to keep up with Ed's tanks, which have the veterancy. Throw out this smoke here, and that's exactly what they're going to do. Storm Tiger just about reloaded. Got double anti-tank guns for Guard2707. Still trying to stay at that 1,000 manpower challenge mark.
Under fire! Enemy squad has us targeted!
He's finally picked up a second engineer as well. We built the mortar pit, so a pretty good army, honestly. Oh, this is not good for the AT guns. Double Rakeds are right there for the Comet. Sturm Tiger knocks it out. The Comet dies trying to finish the job on the Sturm Tiger. Hoping to snare, but even if he does snare, that's not going to be a kill on the Sturm Tiger. It's got too much health. Maybe a second one, but no. The Allies are going to throw in the towel with that. DarkRegion, of course, just completely smashed by the continuous pressure, the continuous T-34 losses. And then Guard2707 are losing both AT guns and the Comet. The Allies are just seeing enough, too demoralized, throwing in the towel there. It was a bit of a messy game, this one. Lots of action, though, at least. Allies, I mean, the Axis going for a very aggressive strategy. Triple light vehicles from Teddy. Ed going for a flak panzer rush. It ended up working out pretty well because the Allies maybe slightly poor fuel control during the early stages. Guard2707 just floating way too much manpower throughout the entire match. Needs to tighten up his build a lot. And I think that gave, a little bit of extra breathing room to Teddy to really allow him to overwhelm. You have to imagine if he had like 2 or 3 extra units throughout this entire game, Teddy would have had a much harder time. But good anti-tank gun positioning, I think, or especially for Teddy, sniped that first T-34 through this gap here. Just continuously in very good positions with those Raketans. Ed was doing pretty well until he lost his pack. Didn't notice it, but the Howie ended up dying, the second Howie, at some stage. But yeah, just maybe Guard2707. Too much float. DarkRegion, a bit reckless with his T-34s. And Ed, the aggression this time actually working out. So often when you go on for these medium tank dives, it doesn't quite line up, but there was that moment where the Comet decided to come out to this side instead of helping his teammate. Probably could have killed one of these mediums. Maybe allowed DarkRegion to recover one of these decrewed Zisses. So it was some pretty bad teamwork from the arranged Allied team as well. Well, anyway, guys, a wrap on that. If you'd like your game to be cast by me, details are in the video description below. Otherwise, I'll catch you off the next thrilling installment. Goodbye and good luck.